Hello, this project is by Christopher Floto in partial completion for the requirements for Education 638, Leadership in Educational Technology for the School of Education at Liberty University. I have no conflicts of interest to disclose. Podcast for STEM. In the past decade, the United States student has fallen behind his counterpart in various other countries in the areas of STEM. STEM stands for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Because of this fact, STEM education has become a centerpiece of the United States Department of Education comprehensive education agenda. Its importance is felt nationwide and impacts every aspect of industry as well as national security. STEM education drives technological and scientific advancements, and without more students becoming well-versed and participating in STEM education, the United States will continue to fall behind in these important fields. STEM education empowers every student by using their creativity and by fostering critical thinking skills. STEM subjects often contain principles and abstract concepts that require a great deal of explanation for the student to master. Because of this, there is a perceived need by both the student and the teacher for lecture to deliver this content. And so traditionally, most STEM classrooms have relied heavily on the traditional lecture classroom. Because of that, thinking is that in order to have class time to be active, to participate in hands-on activities, and to foster that creative thinking skills, that content from the class has to be removed to allow for that time to evolve. Unfortunately, lecture in these fields typically does not engage students. And because of that, the enrollment in STEM classes has declined. Important to note with that is that there's a significant gap in underserved populations in enrollment in pursuit of STEM courses. This results in overall in a workforce that lacks problem-solving skills. And as our society becomes more dependent on technology and computer-based systems, those that lack these skills will find themselves further removed from wealth and the pursuit of happiness. Fortunately, there's an answer to this dilemma on how to improve STEM enrollment and successful students. By introducing podcasts for STEM classes, we will allow for flexibility in learning. The students can listen to the podcast at their time and their convenience. They have the ability to rewatch the content, which will allow them to be prepared to participate when they come to class in in-class activities. Studies have shown that increased content can actually be covered instead of reducing the time from lecture. This helps the student develop independent learning skills and promotes active learning on their part. Since we've taken care of the content section out of the classroom, this allows for increased time on task when they're in the classroom. The classroom time can be used for industry mentoring and working on hands-on projects to better foster their skills in these areas. So what do we need to implement podcasts for STEM in our school? Well, one dedicated IT support staff. We need someone that can be behind the teachers to help them with the technical aspects, make sure the internet's up and working, make sure the equipment's working, make sure the software is recording properly, all those little technical things so the teacher doesn't have to waste their time with that. We obviously need podcast equipment, which really is just a computer and a microphone. We need a podcast space, repurposing a small room in the school. We can set up a podcast area for the teachers to go into to record their podcasts. And finally, we need your support to make this happen, because without your support, we cannot go any further. With your support, In moving forward to Podcast with STEM, we can increase the enrollment in STEM classes because students will become more engaged. We'll bridge the underserved gap, allowing other students to participate. The result will be an increase in standardized test scores, overall student and parent satisfaction with STEM courses, and improved student self-efficacy. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to answering any questions that you may have.